Wow. Welcome back to one more episode of Mentor Talk with me, Kashyap Karnala. And today I'm going to talk about the transition from employee to entrepreneur. Now, we have a special guest coming this Monday on Mentor Mondays called Mr. Suresh Babu. And he has made this transition from employee to entrepreneur. And now, now a lot of us find ourselves at the beginning of our careers as employees of a certain organization, and we think starting up on our own would be a difficult task, right? That's where we have a lot of people who have done the transition to help you guide through the process of quitting from your corporate job and into your own freedom journey of entrepreneurship. But let us understand. Now I have also worked in different capacities in across the world as an employee, and I understand the world of an employee. So now I thought to give you a better context about how this employee world works, like how this corporate life looks like. I want to show you a funny WhatsApp forward I got, I think 2 days back, and he speaks everything about what happens in a corporation. Let's watch this and let's talk about life in a corporation, and probably look at how different ways of getting out of that so-called rat race. Okay, so let me show that for you guys. Okay, so this is a recording from somebody. I don't know who this person is, but if this guy watches this, please get in touch with me. I'll be happy to meet you. So let's listen from him what he thinks about life in a corporation, how the employees uh, keep themselves busy. Okay, let's watch it.
कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड में सर्वाइव एंड एक्सेल करने के लिए देयर आर सिक्स गोल्डन रूल्स। रूल नंबर 1, बने रहो पगला करेगा अगला। इसका मतलब है कि आप ऐसे देखते रहो, काम तो कुछ ना कुछ हो ही जाएगा। मतलब जो हो रहा है होने दो, समस्याएं अपना हल स्वयं ढूंढ दिया, ठीक है। रूल नंबर 2, बने रहो लूल और सैलरी पावरफुल। ये सर फुल सैलरी आपके अकाउंट में आएगी, आपको टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं। रूल नंबर 3, जिसने लिया टेंशन उसकी बीवी को मिली पेंशन, इसलिए टेंशन नहीं लेने का। बिल्कुल टेंशन नहीं लेना है, नहीं तो बीवी को पेंशन मिलेगा। रूल नंबर 4, काम करो या ना करो, लेकिन काम का फिक्र करो। हमेशा आपको दिखाना है कि भाई मैं बहुत चिंतित हूँ, ये नहीं हो रहा है, वो नहीं हो रहा है, सारी बातें आपको करनी है मैनेजमेंट के सामने। रूल नंबर 5, फिक्र करो या ना करो, लेकिन फिक्र का जिक्र करो। सभी को पता चलना चाहिए कि आप कितने टेंशन में हो, ये काम नहीं हो रहा है, इसलिए आपको करना कुछ नहीं है, सबसे डिस्कस करना है कि क्या टेंशन। और पहला जो गोल्डन रूल है जिससे मोक्ष प्राप्त हो जाता है, वो ये है, जो काम करे उसकी उंगली करो, और जो काम करे उसकी चुगली करो।
Right. Okay, so it's right. So now he speaks a lot about. Okay, yeah. So basically, now if you don't understand Hindi, now he's speaking about how to look busy in a corporation, and how to progress in your corporate ladder. He speaks about several tricks that one can take to look busy, and so on and so forth. And we all know, those of you who are working right now, you know that you have to maybe in a given day of, let's say, 8 hours, probably you might work for 2 hours, and then you are probably free. And yes, if you're working for a startup, it is more more intense. So the point is, there are maybe many lessons to take from this. Now, if you're working for a big organization, you might have a brand name that tells you that you are so and so forth. Probably you're working for a big XYZ company, and because you're working for this company, you are big guy, and you might get a better job next time. But you should understand now, because of this, are you getting traction because of this? Are you now what is happening is, now when you're working for an organization, uh, you so when you're working for an organization, your time is getting, over now. End of the month you get a salary, and then you're waiting for the next month end, and then the cycle keeps going on and on. And before you know, you hit your 30s and 40s and then 45s. At that time, everybody knows that your ability to learn comes down, and then and probably your salary is also up, and then you are kind of looked at as a probably a liability, liability at this point. If you're not learning, or if the organization is not getting a value out of your services, then you're a problem. So at that point you want to quit, etc., right? Now, typically that's what exactly happens. Now you can prepare yourself by thinking about your entrepreneurial journey, and getting in touch with people. Now I know a lot of us, when you're an employee, you would meet people in during coffee breaks, maybe discuss some ideas about, okay, this is what is happening in the industry, this is what we can do, probably this is what we could do together. So that's one way maybe you can get started with this conversation. Because end of the day, now you will see a lot of retired people at 60s, speaking out of regret about what could have been, what could they have been. Now you don't want to find yourself in that situation ever, because your time is very precious. And see, all of us are taking birth, and we all know for a fact that we are going to get out of this life as well. We're going to all die. Now that's where I'm coming from. Now we all are given that special reason why we take a birth, and you don't want to waste your time just by filling up your timesheet, just filling up your work life, just to get through. End of the day, you will find yourself in a situation about what am I doing, etc. Now that is probably the reason why there is a midlife crisis at 40. Your resume might say that you are a so and so titled person of an organization, but who are you beyond that? And that is what exactly counts at the end of the day. Because you are measured by the amount of contribution you provide to the society. The value addition is what the entrepreneurs do. Entrepreneurs, unlike an employee who is working for an organization, although obviously we are grateful for organizations to give us opportunities to get started with our career, but beyond, now all these organizations also started somewhere, right? So it is also your responsibility to get out of that employee culture to start off something on your own. And because now, I recently read an article from Narendra Modi. He said very soon he wants to see a lot of startups coming from our Indian ecosystem, and that can only happen when people like you can get out and can take that courageous first step to startup. Because it is possible. Now, unlike, let's say, maybe 10 years back, when the startup ecosystem was not well developed, there were not many examples, there were not many mentors, there's not much investment. I'm talking about when Olas and Snapdeal started. It was very difficult to think about starting up. But right now, the ecosystem is much more evolved. That means there is so much investment happening. There are so many opportunities that are happening in the ecosystem. Now, your job is to create a business plan, start up, show some traction, get some customers, start selling certain things, and then if you are looking for investment, there are a lot of opportunities, many more opportunities. So that's one. And also, anyway, now we think, now when we are working when you're working for an organization, we think that it is easy life. No, because now you're always upskilling yourself. You're always learning new things. So hard work is anyway there, right? So when that is a given, why not work hard for yourself is the question. Because now, every 4 years, every 3 years, there is always a new technology. There is a Java, there is this, that, etc. I'm not even sure what is the new thing right now. So you're always upskilling yourself for sure. Now, why not put the same hard work for your own organization? This is simple logic, right? If you can work for yourself, work hard for yourself, or probably you might reap more benefits. I'm not saying that life of an entrepreneur is going to be a cakewalk. Like, no, you can't expect from day one that you're going to make a lot of money. But if you take that step, that is a big step. You need to bring your family into confidence, telling them that why you're doing what you're doing. You've had maybe a good run as an employee, and now you want to start up something on your own, looking forward, looking long term. Because now a lot of us make decisions keeping short term goals in mind, and we decide that, okay, now I'm happy now, tomorrow I'll also be happy. But that's not how it works. But if you pace your life looking at the long term in mind, then you will win. And also a lot of people think that entrepreneurship is like, quick making money machine. No, it takes its own time. It takes longer time than you can imagine. So you should be ready for that kind of a dig, and hard work is always there, right? And yeah, and also family. Right now we're responsible for our families now. uh, End of the day, now more you spend the time in an organization, through the corporate ladder, you might not grow, right? We all want to be vice presidents, CEOs of a company, but how many people end up? There are very few limited seats. So also there is a lack of progress on how many jobs would you shift when you're like a 45, and then you'll have children, then you'll have responsibilities, then you have EMIs to pay. So my point is, now look at it from that point of view. More time you spend in a system, the more you're branded as an expert in that field, right? And now always there is a, for example, let us make this kind of a understanding. Now let's say you're a 42 43, and you are probably an expert in XYZ software, and you have to now let's say there is a new change in the market, and there is a new software that is in trend. You have to learn the new software, and you're getting so much salary because of your experience. A lot of companies respect that is a very good thing. You're an experienced project manager perhaps. And let's say now at that point there is a recession, or there's some sort of a market pressure in the company, and then the company is looking at cost cutting. At that point, the company would look at, okay, skill wise, now this XYZ task could be done by a fresher. So the software knowledge wise, the tick marks are both of you are equal. Then they'll look at the cost equation. Can I let go of this guy and get the same work? So that's where they will be looking at letting you go, right? So now, so therefore now a lot of people who have gone through this cycle are already there in our network called findmymentors.com, where there are a lot of people who have gone through, they have crossed this barrier of employee into entrepreneur. They have done this transition. So you can learn from their experience, you can learn about how they did it, and you can benefit. So coming up on Monday, we have somebody called Suresh Babu who has done this transition from being an employee and being an entrepreneur, and is doing an amazing job. So be there on Monday 8 p.m. So it happens right here in this channel, like we are doing right now. And bring your friends. You can join live as well. If you want to interact with him, you can as well join in the live call, right, like this, and you can ask questions. Okay, so until next time, guys, have fun and take care.